What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is November 6th, 2022. Your co-host, Brandon.
And I'm Cam. Big update. We're probably one of the biggest video series we're about to ever do on this channel.
No,
That's
welcome
fair to
to
say?
another episode of Let It Ride. Let's
Indeed. Big
go.
one. Let's go. So where do you want to start? There's a lot of things. So actually, I'll start. I'll preface. So November 6th, just over a week ago, Dan and the team put out a VeVe update. And then not even like 6, 7 days later, we didn't even get a chance to make a video on it, conflicting schedules, whatever. Rhys drops this incredible OMI token portal update on OUP, all things OMI, OUP, which we thought this was more important to talk about. This is only because we are OMI holders, and we know a lot of you that probably watch our stuff are OMI holders as well. And we figured there hasn't been too many updates OMI in a long time, which is why we figured we'd talk about this more so than the community update. So I'll start with that. Deco, you take it away. What do you got?
Yeah, I was going to just kind of building off that. A lot of people have at least out of people that are in the app kind of came from the OMI side. And now that this is more popular, I think that people from the VeVe side are going to feel more comfortable getting into the OMI aspect of the project, which is in turn, going to help each other balance out and hopefully drive that token price a little bit higher. And one of the key points is bring more money into the VeVe marketplace.
Correct. So you actually just brought up a good point about how maybe more VeVe users will be more comfortable with OMI. I think right away of like our group chat, how me and you are really the only OMI followers and holders. Well, I guess my brother has some, but he doesn't really count. But like who use VeVe, we have Jack and Aaron, for example, who are VeVe collectors, don't know how to spell OMI basically, right? And like now that they see, oh my God, you can get this golden ticket to guarantee a Pokemon drop. Oh my God, how do I get my hands on OMI? You know what I mean? Like it all builds on it. It's a snowball effect kind of, which can be really cool to get into as we go through these video series. So I guess we should also preface that this OMI token portal website, which we'll put in the link or in the description below, is a massive kind of thing where there's no way we'd be able to squeeze in everything in one video. So we're going to do like a kind of series throughout this week and maybe the next week, depending on how many videos we want to do, kind of talking about different aspects in each video. If that sounds like the plan, so should go well.
And this is definitely a beta site, meaning it's going to be constantly being updated by the team and everything, but it's definitely given a good layout. And a great key in to talk about is something that's going to bring a lot of money to the marketplace and get people more comfortable with the OMI token and with VeVe. And that is simply from coming crypto to gem.
Right. So I guess I'll start with this really quick as well. I'm assuming most people here have watched the VeVe community update that was with Dan and Dave. They mentioned that crypto pay in and pay out should both be squared away, or at least one of them. Memory's a little bit foggy by Christmas time. So crypto to gem, I'm pretty sure is the one that we'll go through the development map later, has like the almost full circle, which I'm pretty sure means it's going to be done by Christmas time. Dan mentioned that. So we'll go back and clarify that.
Yeah, which obviously is what you're transacting in with your NFTs, which Rhys did use NFT quite a bit, throwing the NFT around, which is great news because previously they were avoiding that and saying digital collectibles, but he threw around NFTs quite frequently, which is awesome to hear.
Absolutely. Let me cut you off really quick. I just think that's because of the metadata, right? Now we're just verifying the blockchain. Right. So go on though, keep going, let you go. Rhys was talking about NFT, blah blah.
Yep. And I mean, at this point, I feel like at least 50% of the population has some form of Bitcoin, Ethereum. Maybe a little high of a number, but 30%, definitely more than it's been. But I'd say 75% of the 100,000aires and multimillionaires from age range of 16 to 35 have a large quantity of their net worth built up in crypto. And nobody wants to transact in USD.
Right.
I'm going to charge my credit card. This is all this crap. Everyone's liquid in crypto. So getting that aspect in, it's going to be almost a 2.8% transaction value you're going to lose with, the transaction costs. And
so it's 3%, right? Is it a 3% fee?
Maximum 3%.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Because I noticed like the 1% and the 2% below. We'll get into it. But really quick, just also let's just define crypto to gem. We don't really understand. Basically, right now when you go to buy gems, either in the web app or in the actual app itself, you're using, your Apple ID, or you're just using a credit card if you're on the web app. Basically, now you'll just be able to use
Crypto wallet.
cryptocurrency to buy gems, which you can use in the app for, drops or market purchases, whatever. So ETH, Bitcoin. It's not going to be like every crypto ever by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to be like the mainstream.
Yep.
Bitcoin,
Big
Ethereum,
five.
USDC.
Finance probably.
Yeah, I think it was like the Binance USDT as well. So that'll be great news there. What crypto payouts still off the market for now? There's some problems with that, but crypto paying I think is bigger news, to be honest. So let's talk about kind of like the scroll up a little bit just to talk about like what happens like with that fees, and we'll kind of talk about the OMI to gem pool. Definitely a little bit confusing, but we'll do our best. So scroll up just a little bit to see the breakdown with that chart. Yeah. Just keep going a little bit. Okay, so 2.8. Okay, so of the 3%, I think, right? So let's see, key quotation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so when a user purchases gem using crypto, 2.8 contributes to OMI gem pool. OMI token spent. Okay, so 1% is a service fee, and then 2% of that value creates the OMI gems, which is created in the OMI to gem pool. So in crypto to gem total fee, 3%. Okay, and then the example below helps.
Yep.
So you buy 100 gems, you actually pay 103. One goes to transaction costs, and then $2 or 2 gems, however you want to define it, go to the OMI to gem pool.
Yeah, and essentially all it is their version of buybacks is what I got from it. It's going to have a similar kind of aspect because the buybacks get too complicated with the regulatory framework of the whole crypto project. So this is their effective way of burning OMI. They said that this 3% was projected out to burn, I don't know, XYZ number of OMI tokens, which was what they had originally projected from the buyback. So over a period of time, this will be effectively the OMI buyback.
So so just this isn't tied into the buybacks actually. This is completely separate, different thing. This will be, so they substituted the buybacks. I don't know what section that's in, but basically the buybacks are gonna, if they followed the model, which is like 10% of the revenue for the year or something like that, whatever, it was gonna take out like 3 billion OMI from supply. Basically, they said, all right, we can't do this, so instead we're gonna do whatever percent of the revenues from.
That's what I thought this was. Is that
is not correct?
Permanently burning it from the supply. Okay.
I mean, they're burning from the supply, but they redid the buybacks in sort of a different way. This isn't that. So they took out 5 billion OMI from the business development fund, which is considered circulating supply, and I guess so that reduced circulating supply by 1.8%, and then it knocked down their business fund by 13%, which is kind of wild, I thought. But that's separate from this actually. So the whole buyback thing is separate from the OMI to gem pool. This is just for using OMI to buy gems.
And there's an example of us not understanding the OMI to gem pool.
Yeah, see, that's exactly it, right? Case in point. It's definitely a little bit confusing. So definitely bear with us here. We're definitely still trying to figure this out. We are fresh off watching Rhys's video within the past day or so. So we're definitely still up in the air. Rhys, in anticipation of situations like this, Rhys has like 3 AMAs scheduled within the next 5 days, I think. So like he's going to be a busy guy, answer people's questions that don't fully understand, like us. So here's the OMI token flow for crypto to gem. Okay, so for all gems purchased with crypto through the web app, 2.8% of the purchase will create new gems in the OMI to gem. Okay, for all gems purchased with crypto through the web app, an equal dollar amount of OMI is moved from reserve to the vault. Okay, yeah, now reserve, vault, and this is where it gets a little bit confusing.
This Venn diagram from hell.
Yes, yes, very, very, very confusing. But
all you know is reserve and vault never enter the circulating supply.
Correct. So the way, so basically when the prior buyback systems say, oh, when the reserve wallet hits 0, basically a certain amount of OMI is going to be bought back from circulating supply. And then that'll decrease circulating supply. And that was buybacks. Obviously, buybacks kind of got shut down. But we do want the reserve wallet to go down. And once the reserve wallet moves from, or tokens from the reserve go to the vault, those are out of circulation forever. Even in the reserve, they're not technically in circulation, but because they'll never leave the reserve to go to the public, they'll only go to the vault. So it's just, this accelerates that process, I should say. I think that's a good way of saying it.
And the fact that matter of we having those high value crypto, coming in, that's gonna increase the amount of OMI that's essentially getting moved to the reserve and the vault.
Yeah, from the reserve to the vault. Exactly. So I don't know what the reserve is at now. I know it started with around 300 billion. I guess we can look it up really quick. Oh, I think it's like OMI Token Tracker. If you want to open up another tab, I forgot my screen, just not even shared. Go, because they probably don't even have. Oh wait, OMI tracking site. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, token.vv.me, right? Okay. Yeah, so I don't think this has been updated in a while because this 69 billion burns number is definitely low. I know it's in the 75 billion neighborhood, based on like tweets I've seen. So yeah, that reserve was at 300 to start. And then with Go Chain burns and whatever, it's decreased down to 190, which is good. So obviously the lower that gets, the better, because once they're in the vault, they're not leaving there. I think they might be able to go back to reserve, but they have to be bought back in the circulating supply. Kind of confusing thing. We're not 100% sure yet. So, but that reserve getting lower due to crypto to gem pay-in is obviously great news. So
Good.
that's gonna
Very good.
that's the basis of it, right? Without getting too technical. Not that we ever really do get too technical here. But so yeah, the OMI to gem pool still very much up in the air for us, but as we can see, it's going to be one of the first OUP functions implemented. Again, they're being very careful not to give dates.
Yeah.
But then they're funding it with $1 million in gems. What do you think of this? I was kind of like confused as to like how that works.
I mean, it's basically just saying that they're putting $1 million into it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
It's just all I can
are they
confirm.
buying $1 million of gems? Or are they buying like a million?
So they are basically feeding to the liquidity.
Okay, so they're feeding $1 million. I feel like they're feeding $1 million in gems. Is
They're
my
feeding $1
understanding.
million in gems
Right, to this pool,
to the
and that
pool, which is the gem pool that gets allocated out
right
when you buy gems. So it's
using
supposed to be like
crypto.
ever cycle, right?
Yes, using crypto. Right. So when
Right.
I buy
So they're
crypto,
basically making the first $1 million gem purchase.
right. So I am essentially, if I have $10 worth of Bitcoin, I buy it right for 10.03 or whatever 3% is, and I take $10 worth of gems from that gem pool.
Exactly.
Right. So, but how does that gem pool stay liquid essentially if
So
people are consistently buying in crypto?
it's your this is this here. So when
Okay.
it goes to the gem pool, 2% of the purchase price gets added to the gem pool.
Boom. There we go. See, we're figuring this all out together here, chat. This is exactly what we're doing. That's what we needed to know. So, okay, that is awesome. That is great. So 2% gems are added to the OMI to gem pool.
Yep.
Perfect.
And that way they'll for always be gems in
Yes, in the crypto pool. Yes, that is perfect.
So speaking of gems, OMI to gem.
OMI to gem. Okay, yes. Perfect. So same thing, gems are funded with this OMI to gem pool. So the OMI, so crypto to gems and OMI to gems are both funded by the OMI to gem pool. Is that correct? Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes.
Initially funded by the team, right? Primarily funded through crypto to gem, assuming that most people, well, since crypto to gem is going to be released first, right?
Yep. Oh, and OUP seller fees.
Okay. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Talking OMI to NFT, we're actually going to talk about that a little bit today. Okay, so that's good to know. So this OMI to gem pool is actually going to be pretty important. I didn't really understand it at first, but now I kind of get what's going on. So that's good to see. All right. So again, this article, by the way, is on the ECOMI portal or OMI token portal, which we will include. All right, let's see if we can digest these diagrams. Man, are just brutal. Okay,
Yeah, they're
OMI to gem
super
pool.
helpful though. I love it.
No, they are super helpful. They're just tough to interpret
Okay,
sometimes.
so I guess we gotta kind of get away from this little
Yeah.
staking. We'll talk about staking somewhere else. But basically, stake your token, you'll get up to a 2.5% discount if you get to the max stake.
Yes, and there are going to be a lot more staking rewards. We're going to make staking a separate video just because there's a lot going on there that you wouldn't really understand if you don't watch some of these videos we're going to do first.
So it looks like we're starting down here.
Yep.
We're buying in with some form of crypto.
Yep.
Up to 2.8% of that total price is going to go to the OMI to gem pool.
Yep.
100% of the OMI is going to be used to buy gems from the vault wallet and get sent to the reserve wallet. No.
Nope. No, you're close.
100% OMI to buy.
No. I got it. I'm guessing if I'm reading the room right here. Bear with us, chat. Tough. It's tough to understand. OMI to gem pool. 100% of OMI to buy gems. I'm assuming it's burning from the reserve.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because if you look in the background of the hologram, it says 100 of OMI to buy gems reserve, and then it's got an arrow over to the vault over here.
Right. So it's got to be from reserve to vault. Didn't the previous thing, the crypto, weren't we talking about reserve to vault anyway?
Yeah.
The previous one. So that's what it's got to be. It's just reserve to vault. They just blacked out the
Yep, reserve to vault.
yeah, reserve to vault. So that's all that is. That's what we were talking about earlier. So that's just one of the ways the Omni Gem pool gets involved. But then there's the OUP
And
peer
they're
to sell or
permanently
peer to
removed.
peer seller. Let's see, what does it say? All OMI tokens used to purchase gems permanently removed from the circulating supply.
Wallet.
Okay. Pause. Let's pause. Am I reading this correctly? So gem purchases with OMI. So this is not crypto now. This is OMI. Now we're strictly speaking OMI to gem. Right. So this says all OMI tokens used to purchase.
If we're going in from this angle.
Correct. Oh no, dude. So I got it.
User OMI wallet goes to the OUP spot wallet.
Yeah.
And back. This is a user transacting.
Yeah.
And then if we use the gems to buy OMI, then it goes to OMI to gem. So basically, crypto pay in on the right, OMI to gem on the left.
Yeah.
And it ends up in the same spot here.
Yes, but here's what happens. If I'm reading the room correctly here, if you use if you buy $100 worth of OMI or $100 gems using OMI, right, which is a lot of OMI, right?
$100 worth of OMI.
Right, $100 worth of OMI is going to be a lot of OMI tokens, though.
Yeah.
Technically, right? That's going to be like right now probably in the neighborhood of like 70,000 OMI tokens, as far as like something like that, right? All those OMI tokens will be removed from the circulating supply, which I guess is the reserve technically considered circulating supply, which we should know that by now.
It's not.
Okay, so it's removed from the circulating to the reserve.
All OMI tokens in reserve and vault never enter circulating supply.
Okay, boom, there it is. So that means they're taking those OMI tokens and putting them into the reserve. That's how that's how they're leaving the circulating supply.
And then whereas if you were to buy with crypto, only 3% of what you would buy as opposed to 100%.
Yes, exactly. Right. So buying with OMI does a lot more for the
token itself.
Correct. Yes. So,
fair enough.
Again, but we also have the concern of like, all right, what if I'm afraid OMI's going to moon and I don't want to spend my OMI on gems? I don't know, but that's a conversation for another day. But that's a fear that we have, right? And I'm sure a lot of moon boys out there have. So
yeah. And obviously, as you're buying and selling with your OMI, you're gonna move between tiers, and you're gonna change. So
right. So we'll talk about
exchange rate, chain utility. OMI to gems is
that's staking stuff.
Staking.
Okay. So OMI to gem. Okay, this is what we were just talking about. OMI to gem.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we don't want to get too much into staking stuff.
We got gem pool funding, OUP activity amount. So in OMI to NFT activity, the seller, seller fee is sending, trading tickets, seller fee, accessories, crypto to gem 2.8. All right, so this is literally what we just figured out on our own, just in a sheet to make it look better.
Yes. Yes.
All OMI sent out of circulation to the reserve, be burned by the sale of NFTs.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. We got there in the end, Chad. We got there in the end.
Here we go. Here's this buybacks we were talking about.
Yeah, so here's buybacks. Completely separate thing. Tico kind of had his wires crossed, but there was a lot going on in that video. So bear with us. So essentially it says, based on their buyback model, 3 billion tokens, just a shade over, would have been removed from the circulating supply. But it says never got implemented. They kind of couldn't get around all security reasons, whatever. Fine. 5.6 billion were removed from the business development fund, which is technically considered circulating supply because they can implement those tokens as they please, whatever they can give them to exchanges, right? Which I'm sure we're going to be seeing hopefully more of in the next year.
Yep.
So 5.6 billion, right, are taken out of circulating supply. So it says 1.8% of the total circulating supply, and then 13% of the business development fund, which don't take my words on them giving those tokens to exchanges. That could be incorrect. But definitely a theory of mine, I would imagine. So, okay. So OMI to gem pool with $1 million worth of gems. Yeah, we already talked about that. So this is the buyback stuff. Okay, this is this is what actually worked out. And then they took like the number of OMI,
Yep,
um,
burned.
and then but they factored into the like the daily price as well. Like because obviously the price is very much on the move. Um, like they took that, the dollar amount of revenue, and
Yeah,
they took
and
that
net
compared.
revenue by daily OMI price.
Correct, daily average OMI price. I didn't say that very well. But you got me there. So correct. That's just kind of what happened with buybacks. Nobody talking about the lot. Let's go OMI to NFT. This is a feature that everybody has been kind of looking for. So, Diego, if you want to talk about OMI to NFT a little bit, I know I've been kind of chatting a lot here. I'm fresh off this Rhys video.
OMI to NFT. This is what we want. This is what we want. I mean, you're just gonna be able to purchase your NFTs with OMI, and you're
That's
able
in the marketplace though,
in
so
the
not on
marketplace. You're
right,
able to
not on drop.
list with OMI, and as I believe this is what they were talking about, where there's at the current moment when it gets initially sent in, it's only going to be buy now, not auction.
That's in market. So I'm also just
Yep.
reading in the store. You can also do this just with the OMI to gem feature, which we kind of already talked about. In the like, see, it says that in the VeVe store, you do this with the
Yep.
OMI tip feature, but primarily OMI NFT is like they're more so highlighting the market aspect of it.
Yeah. Just
Um,
because you're not basically transacting your OMI to your gem.
right.
So
Yeah.
go to see listings in OMI price as opposed. So if if you want to accumulate OMI, that way you sell your items in terms of OMI.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So you're
So,
buying and selling items in the market rather than right now it's only gems. You're able to do that in, right? So right now it's only gems. Whenever this feature is enabled, it will be, you can sell a collectible
which
for 100,000 OMI.
which will be interesting to see how they implement that into the App Store with Apple kind of integration, or if this will be a solely web-based
Web app. I would imagine it's a
capable.
web app feature. I would imagine at least at first it's a web app
Yeah,
feature only.
yeah.
Absolutely. Unless like maybe it's you have to load it. I'm assuming you have to load it on the web app, but then like maybe when you're on your phone and the OMI's already there, you can maybe click, use OMI rather than. I would imagine that's kind of how it's going to
There
work.
we go. So fees for buying and selling. So if you're OMI to NFT, if you're selling in terms of OMI, all the fees are paid in OMI and removed, sent to the reserve wallet.
That's buyer fees, not seller's fees.
Yeah. So
Right.
so the buyer fees is going to be
That fee is going to depend based on the staking tier.
Yep.
It'll be lower for whatever higher. I think the lowest rate I saw was like 0.5% maybe
Yep.
if you're like tier 5, which is
Yeah.
again we're gonna go into the tiers later. There's also tier 0. There are gonna be people who have OMI just are not staking it, and whatever that'll be they'll be 2.5% I think rate, but whatever. So essentially that 2.5% fee is just going to be knocked out of the circulating supply. Is that correct? Removed from circulation.
And
Burn reward points are a totally different thing. It does tie in to buy. Yeah, I guess it does tie into
it
buyer
is
fees as well.
in depth. Did a good job with this.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, there's so much going on here. It is crazy. No, it is actually.
Only NFT available before staking.
Staking is last. He
Yeah.
said that. Yeah, staking is definitely last.
That is
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. So take that back. This is actually related to it. I stand corrected. But go back to is this still the OMI NFT page or is it within it? Oh, it still is. Really?
Yep.
What
P2P OMI to NFT.
Oh, I thought you were on the burn rewards page.
Nope, this is OMI to NFT.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, never mind. All right, yeah, we're good. Okay, so this is the buyer and seller fee based on staking. So we'll kind of just brush through this really quick. But essentially, if you buy a collectible for 100,000 OMI, you have to pay, this would be like 102,500 OMI maybe, right?
Yeah.
And then that, 2,500 OMI gets knocked out of the circulating supply, gets sent to the reserve wallet. And I say knocked out of circulating supply. Since you had it, it's in the circulating supply.
Right.
Right. And then it gets moved to the reserve wallet where somebody goes and buys a collectible, in the store. And then, it works for any drop that we talk about is that, per X% from the drop gets removed from the reserve and gets kicked to the vault, gets burned. That's what we talked about before. So again, you see those. Go ahead.
No, I was just reading down here. OUP seller fees in addition to any kind of existing seller fees. So
correct.
when we're selling and then recouping. So they Marvel's 7.5% or 8%. Oh
Right.
yeah. So example, bang,
Yeah,
be locked up.
exactly. Yeah. Okay,
OMI
boom.
token. Now
Another
another
diagram.
graph.
Another diagram. Can we figure this one out? I think we can. I think we can. Okay.
OUP spot wallet. You're gonna buy 100% of buyer fees, reserve to vault.
Correct. We just said that the 102,500
Yep.
example, right? That goes right to the reserve. Right.
Then
We
the
got that.
seller fee, 100% of the seller fees
Go to the OMI to gem pool.
go to the OMI to gem pool.
Okay. All seller fees in gems are sent to the OMI to
And
gem
then
pool.
this OMI the gem pool is what's funding the gem liquidity in the markets. When you purchase with crypto, then they'll send these 100% of the OMI in the OMI to gem pool to the reserve wallet to get sent to the vault wallet to be burned out of circulation.
Right. We are learning here together, chat. This is a great beginner. I mean, yeah, it's a great beginner channel because we're all figuring this out together. Like this is uncharted territory for a lot of us. This is stuff that we've been speculating at for the better part of a year. I think Rhys released OUP Article 1 at like Thanksgiving. I think we were out at
It's
Thanksgiving at the
100%.
bar.
100%. We were like, oh, this is going to be sick.
So this is a year later. Obviously, Rhys has gone through the ringer trying to put this thing together, so we can't credit him enough. But this is just the first look at OMI NFT. Again, he didn't give timelines. I would imagine safe bet. We see this within the year 2023. I think that's safe to assume.
I could say we see it by next Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. So within a year. So that's a huge feature. That's going to get underway. It was in the VeVe marketplace.
Ooh, there it is right
Okay,
there.
so that's market listings only, no auctions, at least in the early going. Just easier for them that way.
Search platform IPs are covered, deflating the circulating supply, which is what we love to see.
Right, circulating supply, correct. We use that term loosely, but like we have OMI in the circulating supply. We just own it. Like it's still in circulating supply.
Let's take a quick look at OMI to accessories. I don't really remember too much
Yeah,
about.
he didn't get too much into it. He kind of just said go take a look. Okay. Not much.
Man, look at this old branding V.V.
I know. Well, I don't know if it's old branding. I think it's just who made the video. I think it's just some random guy made the video. I don't know who made it. I don't know.
In the coming years.
Yeah, because I don't think there are any, but that's just talking about accessories in general. I don't think there are any accessories in the
not as of right, not as of now.
That's exactly it, right? So
But
there's
they're
no
saying accessories, so we're gonna be able to buy hopefully a pair of Gucci sunglasses and put them on Darth Vader.
Yes, I think this is kind of big for the VeVe verse, which I guess we can kind of talk about as well. We haven't really talked VeVe verse in a while.
I mean, VeVe verse, what supposedly first iteration by the end of the year.
No, it's not. It's not supposedly. It's on the OMI Token portal. It's confirmed that they're going to at least demo it. They're not. It's not going to be released to the public for sure. But first demo of the VeVeverse is scheduled for Anaheim DCon, which I believe is first week of December. Could be totally wrong. Let's see. Anaheim DCon. You got it? No, November 17th. Oh my God. We're less than
in a week and a half.
11 days away.
Wow.
So again, there's going to be a lot of OMI staking kind of, I'm sure, involvements with the VeVeverse as well. That's where the accessories are going to come into play. And we'll really get things going. Obviously, we didn't really talk about OMI utility in general, but it's just kind of how the OMI token is going to get put to use, in the app, outside the app, buying, staking, etc. OMI to gem pool, which we're still figuring out.
This is just. I was watching this or listening to this as I was getting ready to play golf. Drove on my way over. Got me really excited.
No, I mean it's huge. I wasn't
cool.
able.
I watched the premiere. I wouldn't have even known if it wasn't for you, but I had the premiere up and everyone was commenting, "Let's go!" Everyone was hyped.
So you're watching it live?
Yeah, the premiere drop.
Right, yeah, at noon. Well, it was funny. Everyone's kind of been mentioning that the OMI utility update was coming, but then like Rhys just was like, yeah, so on Saturday, guys. Like I was just like, whoa. And then like I was just kind of checking the ECOMI Twitter, nonstop Friday night into Saturday. And then I saw they were going live at noon. So also I guess we can just talk about some AMAs going on. So November 7th, which is like tomorrow.
Yep. In the
Uh,
Telegram.
okay, I'll have to get on the Telegram. That's interesting.
You're not on Telegram?
I am on Telegram, but not on the ECOMI Telegram.
Yeah, it's cool. And then I'm on the also on the Discord as well.
I am on the Discord. Yeah, I haven't been
And
on there.
then Crypto Chris is cool because he's
I know he is. We like him. Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
That'll be
So
cool. That'll definitely be one I'll check out.
yeah. So those three are occurring within the 5 days of the video being released. So Rhys is gonna be a busy man. I'm assuming it's gonna be him answering all questions on this. He is kind of the OMI guy.
Yep. OMI King
So
Rhys. All my fortunes in your hands, Rhys.
yeah, dude, no, Rhys is the boy. We're huge believers, obviously, in the OMI token. This video only confirms it, or especially the OMI token portal itself. We didn't really expect the portal by any stretch either. We were kind of just expecting like another article. This website
Yep.
definitely exceeded expectations, I would say.
Another really cool thing is they're looking
so-
to do the purchase of OMI on their site.
Yes, on the OMI on the
So
VeVe web app.
that's
Yeah.
going to be great because I remember the entire time of us trying to get in, we're like, how the heck do we even buy this thing? And that's again with the exchange problem. But I mean, now that we can go right to the app itself that we're in, makes that much easier, which will make the token that much more accessible.
Yes, no, absolutely. And they, again, just kind of highlighting the overall website. Like there's all the information on OMI, how to buy it, what exchange it's on, how to swap it, layer 1, layer 2.
Yep.
All the info on that, which I kind of need because I got some OMI chilling on layer 1. I would love to get all of it into the VeVe app ASAP for these perks that we're about to be experiencing in the app. When, who knows, but definitely soon, as per usual around these parts. So definitely big things to come.
Yeah. And then one final thing that we'd love to share with you guys after being here for a while. Felt really, really cool. Learning not guaranteed.
Oh no.
Oh, I love that.
Brutal. Rhys is the guy, dude.
But yeah, we are part of the ECOMI fam, and we did make it down here. So you can please give us some love, maybe get us higher up on the ranking charts. I don't know why.
I don't know. Are those technically the rankings? I mean, we are kind of at the bottom. I'm sure
it might be.
Yeah, it might be. Because I think Randy was at the top. Was Randy at the top?
Let's see.
No.
Yeah, Randy's right here.
Yeah. Was Foster? I didn't see Foster Hill though. Where's
Crypto
Foster?
Chris, Foster
Hill.
Hill.
There's Foster. Dude, just saying, random, not spreading gossip, but Taps has been real quiet, no?
Taps covers a lot of not just OMI stuff. A lot of these people are mainly OMI.
Okay.
But
I just feel like I haven't seen a Taps video in a while.
There's what, 20? There's 20 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're one of 24 YouTube channels that made it on this site, which is pretty sick.
Yes.
And we did get the follow from Rhys on the Twitter page. So make sure everyone go follow the Twitter, like, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, please. We love the support. We love it's just fun making content, right?
No, it absolutely is. Go follow Rhys. We're definitely going to shout him out. I think when we release this video, he's just absolute beast mode releasing this article, not even article. I keep just by habit saying article, but this absolute tank of a website that will, I assume, just bring in so many people into the space. Just because how many times we try to get somebody into OMI, and it's just been like just a laundry list of questions that we may have all the answers to. Like we can just be like, boom, website. Every single I can't imagine there's any question in here that won't be answered by somebody new trying to get into this, right? Yep. So it's definitely a huge win for the community and any token holders involved. So well done. Obviously, great day. So we're gonna get back with more videos, specifically staking. There's gonna be some other features we'll talk about as well. We got to talk about like tickets and all the rewards and all that stuff.
We got a lot to talk about.
To come. Yeah, definitely a lot to talk about. Hell, we got Decon coming in 11 days. We're gonna have VeVeverse stuff to talk about. Never would have thought I'd be able to say that. So, definitely.
Yeah, VeVeverse will be something we're gonna have to cover in depth too. It's gonna be really cool to check out Metaverse and everything. So
we got big smiles on our faces right now. You haven't seen this many teeth on this podcast since like the first day we made it. I think this is big time. So obviously, shout out to the team as always. Shout out to all of you watching. Let's keep this thing rolling. OMI's gaining some steam here, some momentum.
Just getting started.
Absolutely.
Soon.
Keep the faith. Soon. Always soon.
everyone, lovely chatting. Hope you guys learned something, maybe. Learning not guaranteed, as we know.
Learning not guaranteed. I think we should attach that to our thing.
Definitely.
No financial advice, just learning not guaranteed.
As always, like, subscribe, please check us out. Every comment, like, helps us keep going, helps us keep making content. Check us out on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, co-host Brandon.
Tam, appreciate y'all.
Adios.
Later.